Well, I had a short break. Turned off my office. Went upstairs. I had a little lunch with the kids, and I'm back. I got 3 videos left to do. Got the horses. This my favorite part of the videos. The yearlings, obviously, 2-year-olds now. 2-year-olds now. I like to talk about them and the 3-year-olds aged horses and whatnot. I guess 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds is a big aged horse group now, and we're not going to get into that this week. I'm not adding the 3-year-olds that turn 4 to the aged horse group. I'm not going to do it. We'll do it next week if I remember to do it. Amy come upstairs, and I was just sitting there. Nobody around. I had the heater on, the little space heater on. I was just sitting there, and she said, "Why is it you need time in the afternoon to lay down?" She was, "I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but why?" I said, I like to collect my thoughts, and I like to reevaluate almost every day. I like to look at where things are going great, where things are going bad, how to extend the things that are going great, and how to fix the things that are going bad, whether it be in the barn or in my life. And it's something I always do, and it's daily, if not daily, definitely weekly. I think it's a good thing to do. Just take some time to reflect. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But that is what I do constantly. Amy and I got a big summer planned ahead of us. Obviously, it revolves around the vaccine and us being vaccinated, I hope, in the summertime. That would be great. I'm hoping that a couple other vaccines will come forward and be deemed safe and approved, and that should shorten that vaccination period for everybody, shouldn't it? I would think. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the aged horses. We have a lot of horses racing good right now. We had one horse that missed some time that we just bought. We never even got to race Stormont Wizard, but he's going to race soon. He's qualifying this week. So, obviously, we want to talk about if there's changes, and there is, to the first horse in this Brave World. Kevin had him racing fantastic. We're going to move him to Northfield Park, where he's actually going to race at Miami Valley under Billy Rhodes for the claiming series down there. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work out. I'm always worried. Anytime you like, and you guys heard me talk about this when we had Stonebridge Simba, is he good enough? I don't know. It's one thing you don't know, right? It's not like you're putting him in a claimer. This claiming series could be full of a number of different kinds of horses. And furthermore to that, is he good enough to race in a 30,000 claimer? Just because we bought him 2 years ago for almost twice that certainly doesn't mean that he's worth it now. So very interested, very intrigued, very curious to see how this is going to work out. Brave World's heading to Northfield on Monday morning. This truck leaves on Monday. We have 8 horses, 8 sets of papers, just like this. It says done, doesn't it? Oh, Doyle. Doyle Shipping Company. So these particular papers are for Off-Road Hanover and One My Heart Hanover. They're both leaving on Monday. So let's get right to it. The aged horses, Brave World, I think, as I said, very intrigued, very interested to see how this is going to turn out in the coming weeks and months. Obviously, the pandemic, the Ontario lockdown forced our hand on a number of these files, if you will, a number of these horses, and Brave World was one of them. So Brave World heading to Northfield Park, going to race under Billy Rhodes and Miami Valley Claiming Series in the new year. Cavill Hanover gave him a short break. That was a well-timed break by both Mark Hart and myself, looking at the time off we had coming and where this horse fits. He didn't want to race him at the Meadowlands. He's just not racing good there, and I hope he never races there again for us, to be honest. But maybe he does. But Yonkers, right? And the Pennsylvania 5/8s, like the Poconos or Philly, fit him real well. Dover isn't far away. So Cavill Hanover is a horse that I expect will do well for us in the new year. He'll probably take this break in stride, and it itself will probably pay dividends in the new year. Cruising in Style's got to get his act together. Somebody said to me, well, what are we going to do with him? Just relax. I understand that he's in a bit of a funk. Horses get this way. Just got to find the right combination. We went through this with Stonebridge Simba last year, remember? When Stonebridge Simba was actually at Virgil Morgan's, top trainer in Ohio for the most part, and just couldn't find his groove. Then we got him to Ohio, it looked okay, but as soon as he got to Pennsylvania and found those classes that he fit well, man, it just seemed like everything locked together, and he was good. And that's where we're at with Cruising in Style. I think as a horse that's turning 6, he's not young, he's not old by trotter standards. I think this horse could find his 3 and 4 and 5-year-old swagger, but also have the knowledge that comes with being a 6-year-old now. So I think this could be a good year for Cruising in Style. We just got to get him back on track. I'm trying to get it done, but I don't want to make any knee-jerk reactions. I've talked to Mark. I believe this is a horse that could end up heading to New York at some point, maybe in the very near future. But it looks like his next start will either be next Friday at the Meadows. Now, that class is segregated to PA owned or bred. But if that's a short class, they'll open it up and let him in. If they don't let him in, next Sunday, we're sending Yes to Ohio anyway, to Billy Rhodes in Northfield Park. We're going to send Yes to Northfield Park with Billy. And on Sunday, he fits an Almers of 7,000. Also, on Sunday, is an Almers of 2,700 where Cruising with Style would fit. So that should be next Sunday at the latest. And then that start will absolutely determine what his next starts look like and where they are at. So I know Mark is really itching and eager to get that horse to New York. I know he is, and I don't blame him. But when it comes to Cruising, I just want to make sure we cover all our bases. As I said to Mark, and I didn't mean it in an arrogant way, he will win his next start. Like, Cruising in Style will win this class. It's just a matter of what happens after this class. So keeping a close eye on him here, I think that'll be a good fit for him at Billy's next week. I know Tim had done some work to him. Hopefully, listen, if he races an Almers of 4,500 at the Meadows, I'd be perfectly fine with that too. We will know Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday we will know if he's in to go. If he's not, then it's down to Northfield Park right away. Oso Pine looked great. There's a horse that really has come into his own at the end of next year. That high liver count really stifled what you were about to see, and that was this horse coming forward. He looked great the other day, but again, only back on 2 or 3 races in a row. I think once you start to see this horse in January, February, March, I think Oso Pine, him and White Tiger, I think if things just get a little bit better, I think either one or both of those horses could be heading towards the open class. So very impressed with what I've seen from Oso Pine of late. Stonebridge Simba, yeah, he threw a little clunker in his last start, and Greg had said to me, one of our clients, one of my partners on Simba, had said, hey, maybe he's tired. Maybe. I don't think he is, but I won't rule it out. So let's see how he races his next start before we jump to any conclusions. I've been happy with him for quite a long time. I mean, you're going to have lulls and gaps in his schedule where he isn't racing good. We've seen those with him, but we've also seen him been on a tear. He was on a tear when he first went back to Northfield Park, when he first went to Northfield Park. No, I guess the first time he went to Northfield, he was at Jason, raced well, but now he's back at Northfield Park. I think he's done very well. He should have won his last start. I think everybody knows that. But we'll see how he races in his next start. Time Al Houdini. We're going to stay put with Time Al Houdini. His particular case, Kevin has him real good. And it's not that I wouldn't move him somewhere, but I just don't see where we can move him where, at the Meadows, we have horses in those classes. So you're gonna see them tripping all over one another. And I don't want to be racing our horses against one another across the border. We're paying full board on these horses, and then really racing them against each other, racing for half the purse for the most part is how it could be at best case. So I don't want, I'd rather not have that. Northfield Park, again, that's a tough place to cut your teeth at that place. I could see him being there, but at the same time, the only way he leaves right now is if this 28 days turns into 42 or more. I think we're going to ride it out and see if 28 days is in fact 28 days. If it's not, then we'll make a decision at that point. West 52nd is in a good class on Monday. Jim's got him in a good spot. Hopefully he can stay in that spot. We'll see how that transpires. White Tiger was good his last start. Should have won. We all know that. He should have won the race, but he raced better. I was very intrigued with the way he got out of the gate. That was key. So happy with what I saw from White Tiger. I'd like to see more of that. Not race him on the front end. He's not quite as good on the front, but be up close. If we can leave in a way to get away second or third, where we don't have to two-move him, or we don't have to ask him to trot a half in 54 seconds to win, I think that's a much more effective White Tiger. And then, yes, he threw a little clunker in. I didn't feel that he was good when he warmed up, but he shipped down the day before. So he scoped good, and his blood didn't come back that bad. His GGT was a little elevated. That's at liver count. Not bad. A little elevated. We'll see if we can get that down. He'll race next Sunday. So a week from tomorrow, a week from yesterday. If you're I think we'll send these out today or tomorrow. Next Sunday at Northfield Park, yes, we'll race. So that's our aged group. Now, this age group is much bigger now. All the 3-year-olds from last year are 4-year-olds now. We'll continue to, I'll call them the 4-year-old group for this week. I'm not ready to mix all that list together just yet. I will do that in the coming weeks. So, I hope that everybody had a great, as I said in all the videos, Happy New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas and a great New Year. lots of things going on at the stable. We still have two groups to talk about. We got the 3 groups. We have the 4-year-olds now, the 3-year-olds now, and the 2-year-olds now. I'll be back in just a minute.